Hey, I'm Tuffy Stone, and I am here in Salt Lake City, Utah at the headquarters for ThermoWorks. And I'm gonna share with you a recipe that actually has some history behind it because I was able to win $5,000 one time at a one bite challenge. This is my New York strip with a crispy bacon brown butter and a balsamic drizzle. For the recipe, we're gonna put a link in the copy below that'll take you and share with you everything you need to do. ThermoWorks always continues to blow my mind, making tools that are just super dependable and functional. But their newest release, the RFX MEAT, is a wireless meat probe that allows whoever uses it to probe their meat, put it on the grill, put it on the smoker, and then monitor that temperature from your phone wherever you might be. So you could be inside making the rest of your dinner, you could be checking the football score. And so we're gonna use this tool for this. These steaks here, they're wagyu beef, really beautiful marbling. I always want the meat to be the star. I want the smoke from the grill or the smoker, the seasoning and the sauce to be wonderful backdrop flavors to the meat itself. First thing that we're gonna do for this recipe is we are gonna season these New York strips with my steak night seasoning. No sugar in this rub, so we do not need to worry about the sugars burning. I'm gonna press it, flip the steaks, season the other side. And the reason we wanna let this seasoning sit on there for 15 minutes or so is we want some of the flavors from the seasoning to kind of dissolve and to penetrate the meat and for the steak to pick up some of those flavors. So we'll just let that sit here for a little bit. I'm gonna check on my grill, make sure my coals are right, make sure my grate's clean. That'll give me time to let the rub sit on the steaks, and then we will put the steaks on the grill. So today I'm using charcoal. I've got my grill set up 2-zone. If you have a gas grill, it's nice to turn off one of those burners. That's gonna be our cool side. My grill's running about 500 degrees, 550 degrees right now, and it's hot. I'm gonna put these steaks on the cool side of the grill. And the reason for that is I wanna get some of that smoke. I coined this phrase years ago called the stereotypical expected flavors of barbecue, which is a windy saying, I know, but smoke is what makes grilled foods and smoked foods just really stand out. It's what makes barbecue really, something that we all crave so much. So if I were to cook these directly over the coals, they would be really, really good, but they wouldn't get quite the smoke that I'm looking for. So by putting them over on the cool side and letting it be a little bit slower of a cook, we're gonna pick up the flavors from the charcoal and the smoke before that meat gets to doneness. And then we're gonna put it over to the hot side and we're gonna sear it and caramelize it. And it's gonna be really, really good. The 2 condiments that I've made to finish the steak off are a balsamic drizzle. I take a good quality balsamic vinegar, some bay leaves, and some black peppercorns, and I reduce it down until it becomes a syrup. I run it through a strainer to catch all the peppercorns, bay leaves, and then I let it cool. It's gonna be a sweet and tangy taste to go on that steak. It's nice, it cuts some of the fat. And then I've made one of my favorite things, I like to say it too, crispy bacon brown butter. To make that, it's super simple. You're gonna slice up bacon, cook it till it's crispy, and then for the butter, if you've never made brown butter before, it's really, really good. And you just take whole butter, cook it over heat in a big saucepan. Just be careful because it's gonna foam up in the cooking process. And we're gonna cook it somewhere around 212 degrees. It's gonna start to really get to that stage where it starts to get nutty. And when it gets like this caramel color, light brown color, we wanna remove it from the heat immediately, get it into something cool. And what it's gonna do is get this nutty kind of quality that just is so good. Fold in that bacon, and between these two and the nice steaks, I think you've got a nice dish. I'm gonna take the probe and I'm gonna insert it from the side, and I'm just gonna stop right at the black ring there. And that tip now is right about there. It's in the center of the steak. I'm gonna take these 2 steaks, put them on the cool side of the grill, and let them cook. I feel like such a cheater right now. Got these beautiful steaks. They're on the hot grill. I've got the RFX MEAT probe inside there. I've got it all set up. I think I'm gonna go inside and get a cold beverage. It's got some good color on there. It's got some good smoke, but now we're gonna go to the hot side where we're gonna char it and cook it till it's about 122 degrees, pull it off and let it rest. This should happen really fast. It's gonna carry over for another 5 to 6 degrees. I'm gonna pull my New York strips. We'll let them rest, then we'll slice them, serve them with the crispy bacon brown butter and the balsamic drizzle. It's smelling great. We got the smell from the charcoal. We got the smell from the rub. This is what's happening now, and the RFX MEAT is showing it, is carryover cooking. I always think about this bell graph in my head of time and temperature, but now we've got technology that is showing it on your phone. We teach it, we talk about it all the time. You need to understand it in all your recipes. Whether we're cooking steaks or baking cookies or making cake, it continues to cook. And so you might have a perfectly cooked steak when it comes off the grill, and then by the time you go to slice it, it's more done than you wanted. And that's because it continued to cook after it came off of the smoker. I'm gonna take out the probe. This end here was directly over the coals. That's been tested to be able to handle 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really, really hot. If you get your grill to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit, you might have gotten your grill a little too hot. I've been a big fan of this product for a long, long time. This new product is just gonna be cutting edge. It's the best on the market. So my New York strips have rested for about 5 to 6 minutes. I pulled these off on the rare side of medium rare, knowing that they were gonna continue to cook. We're gonna slice into them, plate it up, serve it with the crispy bacon brown butter and the balsamic drizzle. Get rid of the crispy bacon brown butter. Drizzle it with a little bit of the balsamic reduction. A little bit of the rub. That balsamic drizzle, it's got that sweet and sour going on there, a little bit of the acidity that's gonna cut the fat from the steak, and the crispy bacon brown butter. And that is the dish. I'm gonna take a bite and see how I did. Give it a try. I think you'll like it.